Hey Sagittarius, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so we take what works and we leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. If I don't catch your wavelength here, check your other major placements. If you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button. It helps other people find the channel and makes me blissfully happy. So we're starting off with my Oracle decks, the monster deck of Moonology and Work Your Light. And then we're going to move to a more traditional spread with the Tarot of Mystical Moments. Now, I usually use the Oracle of Mystical Moments, but Catrin Welz-Stein came out with a tarot deck recently, and I'm really loving it. It's distractingly beautiful, though. All right. All right, I think that's all we're going to get for this intuitive stuff. Personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. So a personal issue, emotional issue, some sort of resolution coming through here for some sort of emotional issue you've been dealing with. Sounds good. I like that. Hopefully it's good resolution, but any resolution, sometimes in some situations, any sort of resolution or closure or anything like that can feel really good. So some sort of something that you've been dealing with, maybe a little bit painful, maybe difficult, maybe had you feeling insecure or withdrawn, is being resolved, is reaching resolution here. And then we have, so some sort of personal issue reaches resolution. And this might be bringing about the resolution, or some sort of the next step, North Node, step out of your comfort zone. I really love this card, and I really love North Node work and understanding sort of some of the trajectories of our lives and some of the themes that we're dealing with, and ways that we need to grow, and challenges that we'll be facing along the way. It's very interesting to look into, and I found mine to be incredibly accurate. So stepping out of your comfort zone, this is finding a new way to do something, finding a new way to relate, a new way to approach life, a new way to approach your challenges, finding some sort of new way. And of course, anytime if we want different results, we have to change our behavior, right? And so this is about not doing something outside your comfort zone, trying a new way of dealing with something. You know, we all get stuck in patterns and ruts, and like, this trigger happens, I respond like this. This trigger happens, I respond like that. And it can be a little bit terrifying and a little bit scary and unnerving to try a different response to something, to figure out how to, okay, well, this clearly it hasn't gotten me the results, so I'll try this, and it can be very unnerving. So that's why it's called stepping out of your comfort zone, because you're trying a different way of dealing with a situation, probably a repeated situation. You're trying a different way to deal with it, and that may actually be what brings about the resolution that you're looking for. It's just trying a new method. If you always run away, how about this time you confront? If you always confront, how about this time you consider another option, maybe acquiescing or considering the other point of view or something like that. Any way you slice it, it's you're going to be asked to do something, to respond to a situation in a different way, and it may actually bring resolution instead of repeated patterns. All right, now for the tarot. What do we have for Sagittarius this week? This is your past, your present, your inner landscape, what's at issue, your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. Swoon. Beautiful cards. Oh, yes. Wow. Okay. In your recent past, you have 10 of Cups. You've been very happy. You accomplished something, achieved something. It brought you a lot of happiness, or maximum amount of allowable happiness that the situation had for you. There was maximum happiness, joy, a lot of results. You saw a lot of results from this happiness, a lot of, it's Cups. It's a deep emotional happiness and connection. Feeling very deeply connected. And the results were just very fulfilling. Look how fulfilled they are, these little mermaids, or the mermaid and the seaweed, and their little their little offspring here, the results of their happiness. A lot of peace and happiness in that card. But now you're in the Hanged Man energy, or Hanged Ballerina energy. And this is having to hang out while something gets something else happens. While something gets revealed, you're kind of stuck in this limbo, in this situation. The blood's rushing to your head. That's good because it's giving you a lot of oxygen in your head to think clearly, think through, how did you get here? You went from so happy, so fulfilled, and now you're in some sort of stasis, some stalled out situation here. You don't know what to do, you don't know, but you're thinking about it, you're thinking it through. I mean, that's the benefit of this Hanged Man, of this stasis situation, is while something gets released, while something gets revealed, while something unfolds in its own timing, you're really thinking about how you got in the situation, what you did to get here. And it's a time of thinking. There's some stasis here. There's just some suspended animation. You're neither one place nor are you another place. You're just kind of stuck here, hanging out, sort of. It's like nothing can move forward right now. Nothing can go forward. So when the external gears of our lives get jammed like this, it's time to allow the inner gears to start moving a lot more, figuring things out, figuring out new ways to handle situations. It looks like resolution is probably coming your way, but you've got to figure out a different way to open up the situation, bring some clarity to it, or you're waiting for somebody else to do that. You've got to figure out a different way of interacting, though. And I think that's what you're doing in this Hanged Man situation, is everything's at a stop and a standstill. And I think you've got to figure out the other way to open this up, to make this move. You've got to do something different. You've got to make a move, do something different in order for the resolution that you want, in order to achieve what you want, in order to get going and get moving to where you want. You have to figure out a different way of doing something. You're going to have to do some growing, which I'm sure you've been doing, but this situation, if you want the situation to move forward, you're going to have to. I mean, you can figure out shit as much as you want in your head, and it doesn't always result in movement in the situation around you, but you'll be wiser, you'll be better, and you'll have done some exploring while you were here, so that when the situation does finally start moving, you've learned a lot, you've grown a lot, you've taken the time out, the time of stasis, the time where you felt trapped. You've taken that time and made very good use of it, at least up here, right? You moved what you could move, which was this stuff. So in your hopes, you have Knight of Wands. Oh, you're hoping for some fast, dramatic action. Leaping forward, intuition, illumination, understanding something, being able to communicate something, being able to just move forward almost impulsively. This is a very fast-moving energy here. Of course, you're fantasizing about some fast-moving energy because you're stuck in hangman mode. So obviously, you're going to be like, "Woo! I can't wait till I can move forward. I can't wait till I can make these leaps and bounds. I can't wait till I'm released to this energy and I can jump forward into my real life, into what's supposed to be happening right now. I'm so excited for that." And you may be getting some intuition that this could be coming up, that once you get release of this sort of stasis situation, it's just go, 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 move, 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 leaping off into the future. What's at issue here, though? Judgment reverse. Something from the past that has not been re-examined. You maybe haven't looked very hard. Your things are hanging out here, so it could be that something from the past just hasn't come up for reevaluation, and that could actually be causing a problem. That could actually be causing this stasis, causing this trapped sensation here, because you haven't looked at where you've been, at what you've done, about how you've gone through, how you've approached things. Like maybe this Hanged Man here is just about the situation being at a standstill, you wanting to move forward, but how did you get here? How did you get into this situation where you went from this like happiness, this joy, to this trapped standstill? How did you get there, and what needs to change in order to get, maybe this is saying that you actually do need to do more of the work up here, that's how you, and especially with this North Node, step out of your comfort zone. That's how you get the movement and the motion, the forward motion going. It's not always the case, but it looks like in this situation that it could be that something from the past just hasn't been reevaluated. Your behaviors, your actions, what needs to change, how you need to change. Because this Judgment card in the upright would be something coming back from the past to illuminate where you're at, for evaluation, for to look at what have you learned. So you could be like or somebody here, or the situation, there's not a lot of going back and learning from your mistakes going on here, learning from what you've done, what worked, what didn't work. There's been no post-mortem meeting about how things went down and what can be improved for next year, and what we did well this year. And so that hasn't happened. That it's not really introspection, it's just evaluation. There's been an evaluation that hasn't occurred that maybe would be very useful to you right now and help you. If you don't evaluate what your comfort zone is and how you normally interact or how you normally do things, if you're not evaluating how that's affecting your life, then of course you're going to just be trapped in this repeated stasis situation, and not realizing that this is the pattern and this is what I need to do to break out of that pattern. So there's something from the past here that hasn't come back for reevaluation, or isn't coming back for reevaluation, or you've refused to reevaluate, or there's no reevaluation of something from the past. In your current situation, you have 7 of Swords. This is some sort of deceptive energy, camouflaging somebody. So I hate this as far as an idea, as far as like, somebody might be not what they seem, and then like, why don't you have some anxiety about that? That would be great. I feel like this card needs to come with a name and a date of who is not being clear, but I feel like somebody's hiding communication, or there's been something hidden from you or kept from you, maybe under the guise of I'm just doing this because I love you. There's something in your situation. It's external to you. It's not you. It's somebody around you, or some part of the situation isn't quite what it seems. Something was withheld from you. There was sneakiness instead of direct conflict, instead of direct look me in the eyes and tell me that kind of situation. Someone was just like, what can I get away with? What if I withheld this from them and didn't talk about it, wasn't clear about my intentions? Because the only way I can get away with what I want to do is if I'm not clear with my intentions, if I hide behind something else. So some sort of sneaky behavior, or withholding of information, or withholding of communication has gone on here, is occurring in your environment. It's not very satisfying. Maybe this whole 10 of Cups, this whole satisfying situation is based on some sort of miscommunication or misrepresentation. In your to-do list, we have 6 of Wands. That is so funny. This is just like completely evaporated what 6 of Wands normally looks like to me from my head. From what is 6 of Wands? What is 6 of Wands? So, I'm seeing 6 of Pentacles. I'm seeing... All right, well, let's get it right here. 6 of Wands. it's always a hazard of using a new deck, especially one that's, you know, can sometimes go quite astray from the original imagery or familiar imagery. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's why I'm not seeing the crowd here. Six of Wands, all about celebration, celebrating accomplishments. I don't see that in this card, though. What? Yeah, so normally we'd be seeing a triumphant return, success, victory, ta-da. I don't necessarily see that here. Oh, there are the doves. Okay. There's the crowd. There's our Six of Wands, celebrating, riding on your coattails, your success. Okay, this is Six of Wands. Allow yourself to be celebrated, supported, you're feeling successful. I get it now. I know what this card is. But I just didn't recognize any of the imagery, except for, like, normally we've got, well, in the Rider-Waite, normally. And we've got, you know, the triumphant return, your community benefiting. Oh, I see. They're all catching a ride on this hummingbird. They're benefiting from your movement forward, from your success, from your clever abilities. So, you know, stepping out of your comfort zone, maybe it's allowing yourself to be celebrated, or coming up with some sort of innovative way to benefit your community, benefit the people around you, or to achieve success. So the card is about achieving success and other people benefiting from it. Your community benefiting from it, cheering you on. They're riding on your coattails in a way here, but they're very happy for you and they're cheering you on. So this is enjoying the success. So what happened here? We have this great fulfilling thing here, but there's some sort of deception going on in your environment. There's some sort of stuck energy. You're really dreaming of moving forward, but you don't want to look at the past. You don't want to go back there. You don't want to reevaluate that. But stepping out of your comfort zone, allowing yourself to be supported and celebrated, and coming up with some sort of innovative solution, possibly to the stuck energy, or this deception, and you come up with some sort of innovative solution, and there's a lot of great movement forward, and communicating about that movement forward. Whew. All right, that's your to-do list. Innovative wins, successes, and allowing yourself to be celebrated for those innovations, for what you've done, the way you've sort of stepped out of the box here, or stepped out of the norm. It's coming in. I see just innovation here, a lot of innovation here, as a path to success, and allowing that celebration. And this Hanged Man energy, I think maybe what you're not used to is allowing people to celebrate you. Or you're stepping out of your comfort zone, because that is about innovation. That is about coming up with a new way of doing something and being very successful with that. So your to-do list is to be successful. No problem. Just go be successful. But I think your to-do list is really to receive, allow yourself to be celebrated and supported, and also be innovative and come up with a new way of doing something. And that will lead to success. And then where we're going, Seven of Wands. Oh my gosh. What is it? These images are just not... Oh, yeah. No, I know this one. Defend your actions. Defend yourself. Defend your actions. Defend yourself. Being strong. Standing up for what you believe in. Moving forward. The Seven of Wands is usually about... I see you freeing yourself. Like, this is really interesting, because the Six of Wands is about your community celebrating you. Seven of Wands is about getting a lot of resistance. So you may come up with an innovative way to do something, an innovative way to succeed, and people may be resistant to that, may try to put you down, try to hold you back. You know, anytime, oh, but that's what I was talking about with this North Node, step out of your comfort zone. Anytime we change up our behaviors, the people around us can have some really intense reactions to that. So you may get some blowback. If you're innovative, changing up your behavior, get to finally move forward, you may be getting some blowback from something from the past that maybe you weren't expecting it. You weren't prepared for that. You weren't ready for, you thought, you know, be hopeful that your community is going to celebrate you. But be aware of the possibility that some people may be jealous, some people may fight you on it, some people do not like innovation, do not like moving forward. Some people may call it trickery instead of innovation. Some people may accuse you of, some people who are themselves dishonest may accuse you of being dishonest, or may feel entitled to what you're doing here, entitled to your successes. So being innovative, but understanding that there could be some blowback coming for that and some resistance to that. You will need to remain strong in that resistance. You will need to not let them box you in, not let them cage you, put you back in your comfort zone here. You may need to, they're going to be uncomfortable. Other people are going to be uncomfortable about you stepping out of your comfort zone because, right? Because if one puzzle piece changes its shape and is like, yeah, I don't want to be this shape anymore. It's not very satisfying to me. I want to try a different shape. That means that the other puzzle pieces around it may have to change their shape too. And boy, despite change being literally the essence of life, people really resist it anyway. So there could be some resistance to how you decide your innovation and how you decide to do something. So be prepared for that. And resistance could be inner resistance too. You know, most of you will be like, no, we're going to take this new route. We're going to try something new. And the other parts of you will be like, no, it must always be the way it always has been. All right. Oh, I don't know what it means, but I like it. All right, but we'll read what they think it means. What will you choose now? Oh, you always have this moment in between all that has been in the past. Oh, there's that judgment card, that past, and all that can be in the future. There is this moment, a space where you have absolute power of choice to step out of your comfort zone, to try something new, to innovate. So why not allow yourself to choose peace, to choose trust, and to choose to fall in love with your life? So choosing a different way of dealing with something, accepting the praise and support that your innovation garners from your community, but then also realizing that other parts of your community, your family, your friend group are going to throw up some resistance. All right, Sagittarius, I hope that was helpful for you. Thank you so much for joining me on this learning adventure as I learn about this new deck and make the new synapses and connections here on the fly. So Happy New Year.